The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon and thank you for your time. I'd like to start just by saying I'm delighted to be here to speak with you a little bit about UK youth and more importantly the Big Music Project. So if I could just start by giving you an overview of the youth unemployment figures in the UK and some of the challenges that we're currently approaching us. So the UK is currently home to 7 million 16 to 24-year-olds, young people. That's what we describe those as. Over 2 million of those young people spend some time as NEET. Referring back to the doctor's presentation earlier on, NEET stands for Not in Employment, Education or Training. Out of those 2 million, 1.3 million of these young people spend 6 months or longer as NEET, and nearly 750,000, so 700,000, spend a whole year or longer with no intervention in place whatsoever. So these are extremely worrying figures and stats for young people that don't have anything in place towards their employment future. Reports show a further 2 million young people are experiencing difficulties with underemployment. Issues revolve around young people being overqualified for the positions they're actually able to achieve or attain. Also, needing the support of a government scheme to actually access employment. A lot of issues have circled around young people needing additional hours of work or actually moving into permanent positions of employment as opposed to part-time positions. Additionally, we have the impact of Brexit looming upon us, which nobody knows exactly how that's going to transpire. The uncertainty surrounding the impact of Brexit means we don't know exactly how it's going to impact young people, but concerns are beginning to surface, which include reduced foreign job opportunities, reduced education opportunities, and the biggest threat is potentially Brexit initiating another recession, as it's certain that young people will be at the forefront of those that are impacted most. In the meantime, it will be down to organisations such as UK Youth to continue to build a better future for young people. So just to give you an overview of who we are the largest body for the youth sector, largest charity for the youth sector. And we've been working to better lives of young people for over 100 years. Through our network of youth development organisations across the UK, we empower close to 729,000, so 694,000 to be precise, to take control of their own lives with support and encouragement and opportunities that they need to help them reach their full potential. Our vision, is to make sure we help each young person we work with to become a force for positive change within their own lives and the lives of others, no matter their background or circumstance. So it's about making sure we have interventions in place for young people from all walks of life. Our mission is to give young people the tools they need for life and a better future. And our approach is to use non-formal learning. To kind of echo the sentiments of a lot of discussions that have taken place earlier on today. We use non-formal learning approaches to complement or in some cases completely replace formal academic learning to provide a truly rounded education to young people. Now the social development journey for all activities of what we do revolve around what UK Youth has described as the social development journey. And this is based on a foundation of positive relationships, voluntary participation, equality, opportunity and empowerment. So as you can see my graph here, make sure I'm in the mic, sorry. Social engagement is all about encouraging young people to take part in the first instance. Then the social learning is the developing life skills in a fun and enjoyable way. Social action refers to actually implementing the skills that they've learned within their community. And then social leadership allows them to apply these life skills to access training and further employment opportunities. All our programs are designed or co-designed with young people to ensure they run through the spine of our organisation, and the aim is to make sure they complete this social development journey by the end of their course. So just to give you a brief overview of some of the projects and some of the programs that we deliver. I won't go through all of them, but we have the National Citizen Service, Money for Life, Change Squad. If I just give you a brief overview on what these different programs actually entail. Beg your pardon, sorry. So Change Squad is a social action program open to young people from 12 to 20 from rural or disadvantaged areas. Money for Life is delivered in partnership with The Mix and is all about helping young people learn how to manage their finances better. The main project that I'm here to speak to you about today, the best project in my eyes, that's probably because it's the one I work on, is the Big Music Project, which equips young people with skills, knowledge and confidence they need to access the creative industries. Whilst accessing these creative industries and undergoing an invaluable experience within the creative industries, we still expect them to complete this social journey throughout the course or the strands, which I'm about to elaborate for you now. So the Big Music Project has 4 strands to it. If I could just take 2 minutes briefly to show you a video. Fingers crossed technology stays on my side. This is explained from young people, so should be slightly more exciting than my voice.
Funded by the Big Lottery Fund, the Big Music Project is all about empowering young people with opportunities through music. And it's a partnership between Global, who own Capital, Capital Extra and Radio X and loads more, and UK Youth, who are the UK's biggest national youth charity. We work with the biggest brands in music, breaking barriers and creating and highlighting the best opportunities for young people. So, how does it all work? Well, the Big Music Project is made up of 4 strands. Now, we create paid internships and work experience at the biggest music and creative brands in the UK. We don't want the music and creative industries to be about who you know, but more about what you know.
I found a load of career opportunities through the Big Music Project website, and I then successfully applied for a 6-month paid internship with a large media company, and then that turned into a full-time position.
Now, having run over the past 4 years in partnership with Capital Extra, the scheme targets 18 to 25-year-old NEETs, supporting them to transition into employment, enterprise and training.
Music Potential has helped me get to where I am now by opening up new doors, new opportunities. I think Music Potential could help young people by developing the skills, or if they can't get into uni or something like that, it's a next step. My main skills I got from Music Potential is getting my confidence, which I was really low with that, and also working as a team, coming up with different ideas, just creative thinking. It's just a great experience.
Now, this is open to everyone and it's jam-packed with inspiring careers-related features, job opportunities and live-streamed masterclasses.
What I love about the Big Music Project website is that it gives you great careers advice on how to get a career in the music and creative industry. And I think that it gives you really great paid work opportunities on the website. You can scroll through the opportunities, or you can get some job advice or some top tips from professionals in the industry. What I love about Big Music Masterclass is that it's a great opportunity for you to come and meet industry professionals and learn skills and advice and new knowledge from them at Global's headquarters.
Here, champion participants create their own music projects and then deliver peer education on the theme of music.
Being a part of a music hub just means that I can practice my skills in a good environment, and I can get involved with loads of different companies that are in my area and make contacts that I would never been able to do without the music hub. A lot of the times now, it's like you go to uni, that's great, but what they want is experience, and that's what being a champion does. It gives you the necessary work experience into going to the music industry. It is a great place just to go and be yourself and be around the same people who want to go into the same job.
So, there you have it. We are the Big Music Project, and if you'd like any further information or to get involved, please visit our website at thebigmusicproject.co.uk.
Thank you for your attention there. It was slightly pixelated. When I looked at myself, I thought it was a bit of a blurry image. I can only apologise for that. But to get back to the key facts, we have 110 big music hubs across the United Kingdom. This is through our network membership organisations, so Youth Action Northern Ireland, Youth Scotland and Youth Cymru, which are based in Wales. This is how we are able to push the project out at a grassroots level across the UK. Have a map here with some of our we couldn't fit all 110 on there, but pinpointed with where our hubs are spread across the UK to make sure we're getting a diverse impact to the whole project also. Utilising funding from the Big Music Project, these hubs put on a range of shows ranging from, it could be anything regarding theatre, dance, drama. We've expanded into the creative industries to give young people more opportunity to put on projects that are going to resonate with the young people associated to their hub and their local community. A big important part of the project encompasses making sure we have our young people run through the project and they are able to peer educate and achieve accreditations throughout this strand of the project. Let's give you a few figures. Young people aged 14 to 19 will be responsible for leading champions. That's our 110 lead champions. We have 20 lead champion ambassadors who represent the voice of the project. They are pivotal towards planning, showcase events, how the actual projects and the strand is delivered. We're about to take 20 of them away on a residential trip this weekend actually, and that's all going to be about team bonding and them networking with young people that share similar interests, just to kind of reinforce the importance of making sure we have young people involved in the planning and the delivery of it. Internship strands. This is all about enhancing the career prospects of young people, the employment strand. We fund, over the course of the project, we will have funded 23-month internship positions which will all be paid at the London living wage. So we will make sure we have a salary attached to all of these positions of employment. We will create 20 work experience placements also. 6 of those will be reserved for young people at our hubs so we can promote that cross-referencing from hubs, making sure young people that are based in our youth centres are actually able to access our employment opportunities also. And we will search and re-signpost 400 entry-level jobs, that's a minimum, by the end of the project. These entry-level jobs will be signposted to our website, so again, reinforcing that crossover between strands, and young people across the UK will be able to access these positions of employment. Music potential tackles the big problem that we have in the UK with NEET young people. This strand is dedicated, I beg your pardon, just to NEET young people, those not in employment, education or training. They undergo a boot camp initially, which kind of widens the net. Young people from across the cities that Music Potential tours in are able to access the project and they are trained to a number of disciplines. It's then a vetting process as the young people that show the most dedication and promise go through to longer training programs with a secured work experience placement at the end as well. So that's really taking a young person from entry level and delivering them along this strand to ensure we have a positive outcome by the end of it. Websites. We've an extremely big search presence on Google because our website is extremely popular with young people across the UK because of the high volume of entry-level positions we are able to put up there. It's jam-packed with industry insights. Quick snapshot there shows you online events that we offer. Specific opportunities that are only open to our music hubs and our champions. Exposure opportunities, events to take place in. We offer CV, skills building and career courses online as well. Additionally, industry professionals are able to contribute their expertise back to young people directly, either at hubs or via the website. We upload masterclasses monthly and also articles regarding how people that have been successful in their journey have managed to actually achieve and attain the job that they have got. This here is uploaded online so that young people across the UK are able to access this information, whether they're directly involved with one of our big music hubs or whether it's just through promoting it at an event they may have attended. So we have reserved opportunities and then wide opportunities to make sure we're trying to be as impactful as possible for all young people. I'd just like to go through some of the challenges that we faced during our time putting on the Big Music project. Bit of feedback there, excuse me. So some of the main challenges surrounding hubs are the timescales that each of these individual hubs are able to orchestrate projects. As I said before, we have 110 across the country. The project has to be delivered within a certain timescale, but this requires young people to have recruited the number of young people they need, so that's champions, lead champions, and mentors. It also requires them to have identified what type of project they'll be delivering in their area. Often, not all, in a perfect world, all of our hubs associated to us would have our young people recruited at one time. Unfortunately, due to the nature of how our networks have access to our young people, projects materialize at different times, so managing that effectively, as you can imagine, is a huge task. Flexibility and consistency, ensuring we're allowing hubs, that's our youth organizations that are receiving funding to deliver a big music project, ensuring that our flexible approach, so we're still able to support them whilst being consistent in what we're communicating to all our hubs. The employment strand, similar to the hubs, different time frames. Internships take place at different times depending on an organization's workload. This means that even though the project needs to be finished by a certain time, I may have had one internship that's taken place right at the beginning and another towards the end of the year. Meaning, again, managing, overseeing that internship, making sure that it is hitting all the key criteria so that we are getting a diverse range of young people in there, and it is a high quality structured internship, requires a strategic level of planning also. That's a big key to the employment strand, is making sure we're getting a diverse spread within our organization and our delivery partners, because essentially we want young people that haven't had access to these opportunities to actually get through the doors of the organization, as opposed to young people who are fairly well achieved and could potentially get employment regardless of our help. Music Potential was previously a separate entity. So it was previously its own employment program. We've drafted it into the Big Music project, so we've got it diversifies us and gives us a broader spectrum. But as you can imagine, with anything, as it's a new strand, refining and ironing out the finer details requires a lot of planning. Expansion. Previously, Music Potential had only toured in both London and Birmingham City. With the help of UK Youth on board, we can expand this to our networks. Now we're in Cardiff, Manchester, Glasgow, and Belfast. This is all new territory for Music Potential. So again, it will be a learning process, and it will require us to be fairly adaptable as we increase our presence in these new cities. And the website. Identifying key traffic drivers, ensuring that we have all details from our hubs involved in the project, and making sure these opportunities and everything is uploaded to the website. Information, key information like logins, ensuring that all our hubs have access to the website, all requires, again, high level of planning. Tracking information. As I said earlier on, we signpost over 400 entry-level jobs to this website. Tracking who's successful in actually achieving, tracking who's successful in actually achieving those positions of employment, again, is a difficult task and requires a high level of planning. Just to give you a few snapshots from our previous annual review, 100 hubs were led by 1,000 big music champions. 1,000 big music champions delivered peer education to at least 10 other young people. 3,130 young people attended our big music live events, and 11,000 young people were peer educated by champions or lead champions involved in the project. Again, reinforcing the importance. Other people have touched on it in this conference today about the importance of young people learning from young people. Outcomes and success. From 2016 to 2018, we will be working with over 220 big music hubs across the UK, involving over 13,000 young people. Our 4 key delivery outcomes are to make sure we've increased their emotional and social capabilities, increased community relationships, increased employability skills, and that they've acquired an increased knowledge of the music and creative industries. These 4 areas will help each young person progress along their own social development journey, reinforcing our initial aims and outcomes, whilst allowing young people to access the creative industries. Why the Big Music Project? A question may be pressing. Research has shown that young people traditionally find the creative industries an engaging prospect, and so even though it's the Big Music Project, creative industries, that is essentially the vehicle. The most important thing is the employability program. I think I've timed that just right because my cab is outside. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Michael. Thank you.